So, okay. So now I'll get to this piece. This is the main piece for, you know, moving your cutter into the wheel. All right. And there's a bolt down here with a spring underneath it pushing this down. And it sits on 3 ball bearings, or 2 ball bearings and in that pin. So we'll take an Allen wrench and take that bolt out. I got to be careful. It's got a spring in it. There we go. It's got a fairly heavy spring in there, and that pushes this block down. Now when I lift that off of there, there'll be 2 ball bearings. And a washer in there. But you can see I just milled the pocket in there. You have to mill the pocket in there because everything, the spring and the bolt it has to be below this surface, because that's where your air bearing is going to load on. And then on the other side, I have 2 bushings, and I put the ball bearings in, and I set the height so that they're the same. Same thing over here on this. I put them in there, put the indicator on there, and I set the height of them both the same. I do have them so that when this is sitting on here, when it's sitting on there, it's straight. So I'll set that over here. And like I say, this was made out of a piece of junk material. And I also, right here, I put a steel slug in there. I think it's actually a stainless steel slug. That's where that pin rides on. This pin. This is the pin that raises it up and down. You can see that it goes up and down, up and down. Let me take these out before I lose them. Otherwise I have to find ball bearings the exact same. Now I should be able to lift this pin up and pull that and pull the side locating pin out. So I should be able to pull this up, pull this out. There we go. And all this is I turn this pin down to slide in there, and I cut a notch in it, because that notch will be, when that pin is down, straight up and down. And when I flip the handle over, it's up on the, and this pin was made out of stainless also. You could make them make it out of stainless or hardened steel, because you want this durable, otherwise this pin is gonna, in matter of fact, it looks good. And all this was a dowel pin, I think, and then I drilled a hole, obviously at an angle, pressed that in, put a knurled knob on it. So, and when you look at the other side here, and all I did was put in a couple pins, stop pins, handle stop pins, so that when you pull the handle back, it goes against the pin. And it goes against the pin with it goes against that pin with this flat straight up. And then when you go that way, it's that pin. This pin is riding on the major diameter, or the diameter of that. I'm just wiping it off. Slide it back in there. Slide that down. Now you can't pull it out. You could right there, you know, because it's not in a groove. But I've never had any trouble with it coming out. And that's one of the reasons why I did cut a groove around this, because I was thinking about putting a keeper in there on here, and I just never needed it. So I haven't done it. All right. And then this block is pretty self-explanatory. All it is I milled this so I could put a clamp down slots in it. So let's just check. Make sure it's, oh, I got a bunch of ugliness on my surface plate. No wonder it doesn't want to slide. Let me get a, no. I'll take a little rubbing alcohol and get after it. Oop. I use, for surface plate cleaner, I actually use degreaser, but I don't see it around here. Oh, right behind me. Heavy duty degreaser. That's what I use to clean my surface plate. I just spray it on. Let it sit for a second. I don't use the alcohol to. And then wipe it down. And it doesn't seem to leave a film or anything on it. It seems to be it seems to clean it pretty good and doesn't leave a film. I actually should have been using that last night for the spindle. But let's take and put the balls on there. This is what I did when I set it up. And these are just hardened bushings that are in there. They're actually dowel liners that I used, that I had stuck in my toolbox yet from work. So I used them. And they're the surface, this little height stand that I got from Mike. You want to go out and check his channel out too. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. I got this from him, and I'll tell you what, I use it a lot. So we're going to check to make sure the balls are the same height. 0. Well, that's not good.
Let's turn them around. Make sure that I didn't. Zero. There, that's better. Okay. And then I did the same thing here. And did the same thing here. Put them in there. There's dowel liners in there also. It's hard to find the center of them because okay, it's reading about 4 above. See, and did I put them in backwards? Nope, I had them right the first time. Like this. I know that those are correct. Unless I get some grit underneath them or something. I might have something on the other side here. Let's get a stone and stone that down a little bit. Oh, I gotta try to get around the camera. Oop, God darn it. My head keeps hitting the, oops. I just want to get a stone, a slip. A slip. I've heard them called a slip, but I call them just a stone. but a lot of people call them a slip. And just a stone. Okay. About 4 above. Okay, so now that's got to be wrong. I could go find some more ball bearings here. Interesting. Did I boo-boo? My end mills didn't show it. Oh, they wouldn't anyway, would they? No, they wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. Even if your spindle is down, your wheel's always in the same spot, right? And it's not like you're moving the angle. So yeah. But I want to put them back in the way where they were close. I think it's this way. All right. Zero, zero there. All right, let's put it back together. So, because I know I ended up cutting little shims put underneath one of these to get it right. All right, so you put the two balls in, got the pin in, got the pin up, and take and put it on there. Just like that. Now you got that pocket down there. And you put your spring and your washer. Actually, two washers and a spring. Get that in the hole there. See, I could turn this around. See, I got my finger on this side. If I wanted to turn it around, no, I can't. I was just thinking that I could turn that around the wrong way, but you can't. You can't put it together wrong. And you don't want the spring to bottom out, but you want it down so it's tight. Too tight. There we go. Perfect. And we'll stone this off a little bit. And then we take the air bearing, the heart and soul, I should have did a little bit better countersink in these holes.